Hello, and welcome back to session number 2 for managing remotely in the new normal. Let's dig right in. So, the first thing that we'll do is refresh our memory with the acronym REMOTE. In this session, we will be covering readying your space. And I realize that on its face, the concept of readying your space may seem like, what? We've been at this for 7 months already. But our home offices are actually very dynamic, potentially more so than they were when we were at the office. So if you are working from your kitchen table, if you have had a child or multiple children go back to school this fall, or if you are finding that your chair needs more cushion or less cushion, or your feet need a support, or if you've adopted a pet during quarantine, then readying your space is for you. So, the first thing that I want to talk about here is what your team members may be going through and just how different that can be for each person on your team. Commutes, for example, maybe that was the time that people called their mom or they listened to their books on tape, or maybe they miss it, maybe they don't. But each person will have a different. Um, Penchant toward their normal that they used to have for so many years, and now they don't have that. So everyone will be going through something a little bit different, and it's important to be aware of that, just as we're as managers experiencing this new reality too. How about getting up in the morning and having some place to go, or maybe the break room was an important place for people where they could socialize or have some uninterrupted time to themselves. These and many more things are just some elements to consider for your staff members as we continue on in this safer at home life. A question that I have in terms of fatigue is, how many of your employees are so ready to go back to the office, and how many don't want to go back at all? Accepting these differing views without judgment can be a real aid as you navigate this new normal. Everybody's experiencing the same thing with safer at home, but different. They have different responses to it. And so, lastly, I think that we can all empathize with the need for a quiet space. Maybe there are spouses working from home or kids home doing schoolwork and things like that. And really, what we once thought of as unprofessional may not be so anymore. And that can mean a big paradigm shift. The next thing I want to talk about is an encouragement to you to reach out to your DA or DR for information on ergonomics for your home office, or if one of your staff members needs it, because there are resources available. And the next thing, the second focus point here is that in terms of distractions, we know that there are some cool Zoom backgrounds out there. And if you don't want to use your home environment as your background, you can find these online, both on the UCLA technology website and out there in the public domain in Google. And that may help with some of the background distractions that you may be um, cringing out or accounting for or working through. And so that could be a good tip for your team. And then the last thing that I want to mention here is cameras. So, not everyone is comfortable being on camera. Yet, if you never see one of your staff members, is that okay with you? Do you perhaps communicate well enough via email and perhaps an IM platform like Slack or Teams? And so you're perfectly fine with the arrangement that you've all struck. Additionally, sometimes people have their cameras on, but they shouldn't, or they don't even know that their camera is on. So in TOD, we put together a Zoom meeting best practices training that is available to you and your team on the events and transportation intranet. It's located in the training library. So, the last thing that I want to encourage you and your teammates to do is to ready your space as many times as it takes. That may be daily. And if that's the case, then go ahead and make sure that you have a spot conducive to what you need to do so that you can focus and get done what you need to get done. So that's it for this session. Hang in there, and I look forward to seeing you in the next sessions. Bye for now.